ME Metaphysical Education Journal, December 26, 2025. Christina Herlofson's Synergetics Research Project. Individual metaphysical intellects purposely directed economic initiatives consciously coordinates synergetic environment of thoughts, anticipatory design science objectives. One objective, cosmic logically intends to reduce the tolerance magnitude of the reenacting manifest systems, residual inaccuracies of observation and articulation. Such conceptioning requires a geometric topological model referential to the minimum structural system of omni-rational, self-regenerating, eternal patterning integrity of metaphysical physical universe, U equal MP. Yet the universal communication process shows no evidence of such purposeful intention of anyone's anticipated conceptual and reasoning faculties, correlatively with consciously adjusting the a priori thought to a total reality of universal principles, much less any inclination respecting awareness of generalization principles, which often are semantically called constants. Such informed awareness would be, when otherwise potentially synergetically mindful, of the only two possible covariables that are operatives in all universal design, which is modification of angle and frequency. And, as it turns out, in quotes, only eternal constants can be generalized, end quote. Reference Albert Winster Fuller, Synergetics Dictionary at Equiangularity, September 25, 1972. How much longer can the order-seeking individual's metaphysical intellect cultivate its own incurious resignation? Are most of us hampered by the educated ignorance of our own potential, consciously integrating awareness of the constant angle? Constant angle information is found in the Synergetics Dictionary under angular constancy, angular invariability, equiangularity, uniangular, cosmic, October 3rd, 1972, powering, September 12, 1971, vectorial topology, November 17, 1972, systematic realization, December 20th, 1974. Instead of a mind's experimentally, consciously evolving awareness of TLBSWME, truth, love, beauty, symmetry, wisdom, maximum economy, human event scenarios replete with self-other, validating, most accurate metaphysical generalized conceptioning in principle. For millennia, our humanity's always partially overlapping generations have been programmed by inculcating entrusted educators to accommodate and defend false premises. Among human events is EISEDP, experiences, intuition, speculations, experiments, discoveries, productions, explained in Synergetics 502.22. In any event, false premises cannot be transformed into truth since the supposed pre-existing event relationships derive from innovative imagination without being consciously knowledgeable of the innate ability and inviolable integrity of the individual human to conceptually formulate, referentially, and to the topology of an eternally conserved energy event sixness and fourness, an essential rudimentary configuration that naturally supersedes any other substantive inclination. Events are changes of relationships between things in a system. And trusted educators then and now emulate ingrained tradition, further cultivating its false premises with great pride, albeit with no referential energy module clarity pertaining to where, when, why, who, and what initiated the PRJMBSC, politics, religion, justice, military belief system complex exploitations that profit by perpetuating the inherited detrimental ignorance devoid of an energy model. Program thus includes variously contrived, supposedly essential communication devices as a type of remedy, while hoping to resolve the troubling enigmas that cannot be resolved under those circumstances, one of which is the scholarly conducted debate and politically expected debates during campaigning approximately to starting a new governmental administration. In any case, a debate is a winnable argument for satisfying a dilemma as a seemingly harmless attempt at getting to the next round of events, while never consciously and conceptually arriving at zero pulsation, which requires awareness and conceptuality of universe's minimum structural system, the tetrahedron, and its empty set vector equilibrium. The responsible awareness of the vector equilibrium correlates with consciously coordinated equanimity, since it is universe's equanimity model that not only shared the same design in both the metaphysical and physical universe. Theoretically, the equanimity model can conceptually supplant the scales of justice. The concept justice and its supposedly balanced scales for millenniums officially strive to control order, which coincides with our integral drive to employ the sense of order. But justice, at every turn of events, shuns incorporating the economic integrity of equanimity, supplanting mind's ability to generalize the concept thus, in order to perpetually maintain its authoritative punitory power. Punitory power is the fear engendering that is emulated by humans at every income and societal level, everywhere minor and major push comes to shove, in relative mindlessness of the always and only coexisting complementarities that physics found, correlating to awareness of the theory of functions, where X could stand for one side of the complementarity and Y for the other side of the complementarity. By the way, push and shove is not a complementarity, but push and pull, pushive and tensive, order and disorder, omnidirectional and focal push-pulling, omnidirectional and discretely directional, omnidirectional and polarized, oscillations in parentheses circumferential, and pulsations in parentheses inward and outward, potential and active, potential and real, potential and manifest, realization and conceptuality. Reality and conceptuality are among the always and only coexisting complementarities our humanity can learn more about it. Just as learning more of the coexisting complementarities, which include the powerful group of paired concepts in the evolving universal communication process, T EUCP, its order-seeking mind is bound to result in differently perceived realities and differently enacting human behavior. By not doing so, justice in particular aids and abets, perpetually increasing the tolerance magnitudes of the reenacting residual inaccuracies while maintaining the power of the status quo's imperviously irresponsible behavior. Imperviously irresponsible human behavior further exacerbates the slave mentality conditioning that never provides any logical escape from its dastardly debilitating conundrums. It really is unfortunate that the word generalization can be so confusing. For the literary connotation, in a literary sense, it bears no resemblance to a scientific generalization. This communication's drawback causes some anticipated misunderstanding when the listening audience and reading observers are not first apprised of the profoundly different interpretation from Omniscient Universe Church 32, August 9, 2017. Was the literary sense of the term generalization somehow interpolated in the disseminated content because the mind in attendance vaguely understood the scientific premise of a further explorable conception, thereby initiating a long-lasting misdirecting invention from its subconscious thought-language response that made indefinitely more vague the subsequent considerations? Was this thought alteration a dichotomy invoking the self-replicating bifurcations, perpetuating opposing schools of thought, in essence creating an incommensurable chasm between science and the humanities of indefinite disproportions? Until next time, thank you. From Christina Herlofson.